What's up, guys? I have the block off plates, an air filter, as well as a lighter battery pack, and that's what we're going to be installing in today's video. I think the battery pack is probably going to save me 4 pounds, I'm assuming. Foot pegs are probably an additional 1 pound, I'm assuming. That should be a good 5 pound savings. We also have a tail tidy, but we're going to do the tail tidy on the next run.
The fact that they'll tack on a little piece of foam for you, keep that nut pressed right up against the engagement flange. How many of us have had to cut apart an old inner tube to do that?
All right, guys, so the conclusion is that with the lighter battery pack, I save 4.9 pounds, which is a good success story in weight savings. All right, so after fiddling with everything and getting the date set up, because this this thing was set up for Y2K, literally for the year 2000 after the battery swap, but now the service little monkey wrench is gone. All right, so it works. That's good. All right, so I think we're going to do the blanking plates for the rear foot pegs, but this might need removal of the battery pack again. Back to Y2K we go.
All right.
Oh no, the world's about to blow up. Remember that?
Yep.
Like, oh no, what's going to happen, Y2K? Nothing happened. It was just a big charade. So the blanking plates will go right there. We got 2 screws here, and we got 2 screws on the other sides. There you go. I think I'm going to weigh that at home.
Based on how small it is, it's a fairly decent piece of cast aluminum. But...
So the purpose of the blanking plate is to cover that hole so dirt and debris don't go inside of it. And the purpose of the foot pegs is to put a pillion, but a pillion will not sit on my motorcycle, so that's not needed. And this is why we're doing this. All right, guys, so the blanking plates are on. Both sides look pretty flush. There they go, the Evotech blanking plates. Looking good, and it's nice and clean. The next thing that we're going to do, not today, but next time I come back, we're going to be installing the tail tidy. That's going to take a bit more time, and it's kind of late during the day, but we're going to put the battery pack back in now, and then we're going to finish it off with the air filter last. So today's weight reduction, I'm assuming, is over 5 pounds, which is pretty good. All right, so battery pack is in there. Blanking plates are on. The rear foot pegs are gone. This looks pretty clean. What do you guys think? Write down in the comments down below. Now we're going to be working on removing the tank and putting on the race filter provided by Moto D Racing. So if you guys are interested in getting the air filter, make sure to check out motodracing.com. I'll include a link down in the description below for all the goodies. And after all this is done, guys, I'm going to be taking the bike for a nice ride. And I'll let you know if my butt dyno can tell the difference between the non-race filter and the race filter. So stay tuned for that.
So the trick with getting this off is to spin it. Because you need to get to both sides after you remove the lock.
Got it.
You then need to depress both sides, and it's a natural resting position. With adult-sized fingers, it's difficult to get to the back side.
Got it. All right, so tank removed. Woohoo! That was a mission to get that off.
Mm-hmm.
So now, got to get rid of this plastic piece. And that's the ECU.
Mm-hmm. All right, so there's electronics plugged into the top of this, so we can't run away with the lid. All right, so this filter is directional. There is a foam lip with this cutaway.
Wow, it's dirty. Holy crap.
So the foam...
How is it that I got so dirty with only 2,000 miles?
That's paper filter. Paper filter is going to show everything that gets in there.
Is it normal? I mean, how often are you supposed to change a motorcycle filter?
About every 6,000 miles.
Damn.
Depending on how it's used and where it's driven.
This looks like it needs to be changed.
It definitely doesn't pass the look test, but we know by mileage that it was probably performing just fine. But one of the many reasons to upgrade to an aftermarket filter.
Well, there you go, guys. Only 2,500 miles, and that's what your filter looks like if you remove it and swap it out. But I've also had track days with this bike. I don't know. Could that have anything to do with it?
Oh, the bike is definitely seen 100%. Places that are notoriously dusty and dirty, like Chuckwalla or So the air filter cutaway needs to go to the rider's left to facilitate getting around this built-in. So make sure that you have the filter orientated to where the cutaway is on the rider's left.
How much time do you think I'll be able to save by the 6 pounds that I lost?
1 horsepower's worth.
1 horsepower's worth. You know where I'll mostly feel it though? Once I'm tossing the bike from the left to the right, off the kickstand.
Oh yeah.
I think that's where I'll feel it mostly. All right, moment of truth. Brand new air filter from Moto D Racing, blanking plates, and a brand new battery pack, lithium ion. So in case you guys put a new battery pack in there, just keep in mind, it thinks it's in Y2K, so you need to set up the time and date.
2 weeks later.
It's been a few days since I installed the air filter, so I learned a trick from one of the subscribers on the channel. He was suggesting that I reset the computer, and the way you do that is by turning it on, letting the fan kick in, and as soon as the fan kicks in, time it for 15 minutes and then go for a ride. And I should definitely get a power increase from the air filter as well as the exhaust system. So very curious to try this out. Let's give it a try and see what happens. All right, so this is going to be a cold start. We're going to wait until the fan kicks on and then time it for 15 minutes and see what happens. All right guys, so the fan kicked on about 10 minutes after I turned on the bike. It took a while for it to warm up. We got about 13 and a half minutes left, and then after this we'll be on the road. All right, time to zipper up the gear, put on the gloves, and move the bike, and I think by that time a minute and a half should pass by. Let's do this. All right guys, put it in first gear. Let's get on out of here. So in case you're wondering, I am currently in sport mode, so we should definitely have full power. 15 minutes is a long time when you're just sitting there doing nothing. For anybody who's ever asked if I ever reset the engine while changing the exhaust, this video is for you. All right, let's go. I don't know, I did some semi good pulls, but I haven't ridden the bike in about 5 days. I don't know if I can tell the difference right now. Let's continue to ride, see what happens. All right, you know what? I think I found out that now it does power wheelies in second gear. The wheel lifted up just a little bit. I felt it go up and go back down. It felt good. I think there might be more power, guys. I think. My butt dyno and the way the bike feels low down in the gears when I'm kind of afraid of giving this thing wide open throttle in the street. I typically don't ride very quick on the street, so I'm a little nervous about doing it, but I can tell you that the bike does feel more powerful. How much more power did I gain out of this whole thing? I don't really know, but my butt dyno and the way the bike feels definitely tells me that there's something, but I still want to go and try a little bit more, so let's keep going. Yeah guys, there's definitely more power. The wheel wants to go up in second gear. All right, I guess it's been confirmed. She's definitely gained more power. The throttle response is a lot more crisp as well, I think. But there's a Mr. Policeman right here, and I don't want to get on his bad side. Looks like he just pulled somebody over. I think that the power gains are definitely noticeable. My butt dyno can definitely tell the difference. I consider this a success. Hopefully one of these days I could put the bike on the dyno and get a readout of how much horsepower I gained out of this whole thing.
But if I had to guess, I would probably say I gained an additional maybe 3, 4, 5. Who knows? I don't really know. We have to put it back on the dyno to be able to tell. But definitely more torque down low because the wheel did go up a few times already. So power wheelies, yes. And don't forget that I'm going to be going to the track this Sunday with the bike. So all this is good news. So gaining that extra power for the track is a good thing. And I will see you guys pretty soon. Give this video a like and also subscribe to the channel. Ciao for now.